Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from NIWatch and we are back with the full review of this Squale Squale 1545 Gnomon edition with a tropic dial, they say, right? So this is the I've get this one for I think in December last year, and after 3 months, let's see what I think about it, right? So in the initial review of this particular piece, I've already mentioned that I didn't really like the loom because that it's not enough for a dive watch comparing to what you get in the market today, mainly Seiko's or the even the Chinese brands such as Saint Martin's or Cronos. So I think this loom is very, very poor, but still I think this is going to be staying quite long for a longer time in my collection, and let's see why. Okay guys, so thank you very much again. So we are back with the full review of this Squale 1545 Tropic Gnomon Exclusive, or I think exclusive editions, right? So basically they came in this, I think there are 3 colorways. This one, I think that is a dark gray, or let's just call it a black dial with, I think there's another version of a red one, and there's also another version of a white dial with a pink bezel, which is quite unique for something that that is not really that known in the watch industry. So not really people on YouTube is talking about this particular watch, so I kind of getting myself something like a wildcard watch maybe. But anyway, so let's just one more time give it the quick dimension check. Let's grab my calipers here. So basically the dimension of the bezel is 40 millimeters, right? So if I remember correctly, so that is about 40.2, but the case itself is about 39 millimeters, and a thickness of this, the thickness is very, very nice guys. So 11.8 millimeters in thickness, and a lug to lug of 47.9, right? So let's call it a 48 mil. Oh yeah, the crown size is about 8.0 millimeters in thickness, in diameter. And let's just check how much does it weigh on my scale, right? So I've put it on this Borealis rubber strap. So it weighs at about 112 grams, which is very easy to use. So of course it didn't came with this particular rubber strap, but it came on this what they call this super duper soft and supple tropic style rubber strap. On it also came on, there's also a bracelet version, but that one will add I think about $200 on top of it. So, and I don't really like the bracelet, but yeah, still that if you like a bracelet watch, and that is the way to go, right? So I didn't really I haven't really used it on this particular strap because I mentioned just now it is quite soft and supple, and you can see that there is a beautifully done Von Buren logo on the buckle here. But when you use it, right, so I'm not really sure whether this is going to be it is going to be damaging the strap or not in the long term. But as you can see here, the buckle kind of squashed this particular part of the strap, right? So if you have a much bigger wrist than mine, you might be around here, right? So that will not hurt the watch, the strap. But I have a small 6.75 inch wrist, so that is, and it will be around here when I use it. So yeah, that I just don't really like it, and I don't really want to see a strap squash. But I don't know guys, so I need to use this every single day to to maybe make that happen, but still there is a concern there, right? So let's just quickly go through what I do like about this particular piece, right? So I really dig the unique look of this piece, right? So we have a flat sapphire crystal here with an anti-reflective coating, but you can't really see it because it's kind of, I think they're using a clear anti-reflective coating, but it is there. So yeah, and this unique bezel scheme, color scheme here, gray on top, blue, dark blue on at the bottom, and we have that full patina indices, right? So in some angle they look a bit like a light brown color, and those orange color, orange markings on the 3, 6, 9, and 12. So that is, and it complements the second hands tip, right? So the hands is nothing to shout about. It's quite simple, a polished set of hands, but if you can see clearly here, the loom on this hand are a bit different compared to the ones on at the indices, which is, you know, some people might find it annoying, but I don't really mind it, right? So, and of course, because of this this color, the loom stays much longer compared to the indices, right? So that's kind of, you know, annoying a bit, right? So anyway, so the matte dial, the matte black dial is nicely done, and the hour markings, so the minute markings are all printed in white, and we have a Swiss made printing at the 6 o'clock together with this Squale with Von Buren logo at the 12 o'clock, and this Squale in Shark 30 Atmos or 300 meters of water resistance printed at the 6 o'clock, right? So very nice, very nicely done, right? So the ceramic vessel insert has this loom pip at the 12 o'clock, and I can't see any defects on this particular vessel, right? So if you turn to the side, you can see that we have a coin-ish bezel finishing, and the grip is just nice, right? So, and the action, you can see that there is, yep, there is a bit of back play there if you push it, right? So yeah, that kind of annoys me at the beginning, but yeah, still, yeah, I can't really fault it, right? So it somehow lines up, right? If I can go one click, yep, it lines up at the 12 o'clock, which is a good thing, right? So we have a chaptering with this finish in brush finish stainless steel at the inside at the outer side of the dial, so that is cool. And we have a polish finishing at the side of the watch, right? And we have a brush finishing at the top of the lux, right? So you don't really have any. Oh yeah, I can see that there's a no, that's not a scratch, that is a smudge. That's right, scratches. Brush finishing on the top, and you don't have any chamfering at the tip of the lux there, or maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna be putting a macro lens later, but you will see we have this Von Buren logo at the crown, which is polished. So I reckon if I am to own this watch for a much longer time, that will be the first thing to scratch up. But yeah, at the back we have the screwed in case back with this Y1545 logo, right? So, printed engraving together with that Squale Shark 30 Atmos Swiss made, right? So yeah, nothing to write home about, but still the case design, some viewers mentioned to me that it looks like they are copying the Tudor Black Bay case design, which I must admit they do look similar, but minus the sharpness at the edge. So the Tudor Black Bay 58 does have a quite sharp pointed edge here on the lux, which is quite annoying for a $3,500 US watch, but this one costs, you know, less than $600. So yeah, it is okay, not that bad, right? So let's just see how the sapphire crystal performs, right? So I think, of course, this is a sapphire crystal, so that is good, so that is genuine sapphire. And let's just quickly check the competition, right? So first up is this St. Martin, right? St. Martin SN0006. Yeah, I can hear you in the comment section below, right? So how come I compare it to an homage watch, right? So this one has a look of a vintage Rolex, right? So which some this quality does take some cue or some clue to it, but this one has again almost similar dimension at 39mm in the case and 40mm in diameter, and this one has a 48.5 lux to lux, so that makes it a bit longer watch, longer from here to here, right? So but the thickness, right, this one is 13.5, this one is 11.8. you can see that that is why this is much better wearing product, right? So but basically this one is more due to the top hat sapphire crystal. So if this one has a flat sapphire crystal as this one, the case might be, you know, it might wear the same, right? So let's just compare it to another watch, which is another Rolex homage, right? So this one is the Cronos L6015. Was it 6105? I can't remember. I think it's 6015. Again, it's almost similar set of dimension here, 40 mil from here to here in diameter, like to of 48 millimeters, and a thickness of 13.2, right? So almost similar set of dimension, but this thing does look and feels much heavier because of the thicker lugs here. So that means this one is much more comfortable, right? So I bring in another competitor, which is my wristwatch check for today. This is my Martin SN0067, so an homage of a certain Doxa, but it is totally not a one-to-one copy. So again, this watch is similar in diameter, which is in 40 millimeters, but just 12.2 millimeters in thickness. So if you compare this, right, so they both were much more closer to each other because of the thinness, right? So yeah, that's why I like this particular St. Martin, right? So let's just do a quick macro check. Okay guys, so this is the Squale 1545 Gnomon Exclusive edition under the macro lens. So you can see that the printing is all there, nicely done, and there are no smudges or whatsoever on the hands, and there are no smearing in the printing, so which is good. And you can see that the applied indices are nicely done, but you can see there's a bit of imperfection on our 1 o'clock hour markers there. So yeah, not really big of a deal, but still, yeah, you know, so nicely done there. So yep, let's just check out the bezel, ceramic bezel insert. So the engraving is nicely done, and on the case itself, so there is a bit, I don't think there is a beveling on from the side to the top of the lugs here, so I don't think so, but the brush finishing is nicely done in my opinion, right? So let's just check out here, and the engraving, laser engraving on the side of the watch that's nice, and there is I don't think you can see any pitting mark on the case itself. So yep, those are just smudges, and the case back, laser engraving on the case back is nicely done as well, right? So let's check out the buckle of the strap here. So we have the Von Buren logo engraved on the top of the buckle here, and the other side of the buckle here is finished in nicely high polish, right? So, and the strap is, you know, typical of your Tropic style strap, right? So let's just quickly take off the macro lens and get back to a loom shot, right? So let's just put it on wrist and see how it looks like first, right? So this is how it looks on my skinny 6.75 or 17 centimeters wrist circumference, right? So I'm struggling to do this behind the camera. So one reason I really like this Borealis rubber strap is that the holes are designed to be quite close to each other, so that means that you can always get a good fit so when you are wearing this particular watch, right? So let's just zoom out a bit, and that is how the watch looks like on my skinny wrist. So very nice. And let's back to normal shot, and yep, it feels very comfortable in my opinion, right? So let's just quickly charge the loom and see how poor it is comparing to its, less than and not really an unknown brand in in the watch realm, but still, if you are to compare this with AliExpress watches, the Swiss made watch does not even going to give it a fight, right? Let's just, where the heck is, yeah, let's just quickly give them a quick charge. 1, 2, 3, and let's give the Squale a bit more charge there, because really I just, let's just let's just do it. Just, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, and boom. Alright, so there are a bit of light coming into the room, to the room right now. So you can see that all these 3 Chinese watches are using BGW9 Super Luminova, but let's just compare it to the most the weakest of them all among these 3. So when I compare it to the St. Martin 0067, you can see that even though it is not applied, it is not using an applied indices, it is using a printer indices, it still glows very strong. But on the Squale, I can assure you that this is only because I've just charged it. But if you are to wear this all night long, you will see that the lume, right? So the lume on the hands itself, it glows quite bright, but the lume on the indices will just go away that fast, right? So again, compare it to the Cronos, and I'm comparing it to the St. Martin, right? So all of these three Chinese watches definitely fare much better in the lume competition, right? So there you have it, guys. My quick, not really that quick, right? So my full review of this Squale 1545 Tropic Gnomon Exclusive Edition, right? So my first ever Swiss made dive watch, right? Because I really don't want to spend that much money on a dive anyway. But yeah, still a good option if you don't mind the poor lume performance. But yeah, I still think for such an established brand such as Squale, they should have improved their their lume performance, at least to compete with these offerings from China, right? So yeah, you don't really want to be beaten up by these guys, right? So I don't know, guys. So what do you guys think? So please do mention in the comment section below, right? So if you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Stay safe and bye bye.